Welcome to Life Rewired. So today I wanted to talk about choosing a health coaching program, and more specifically, some of the things that I listed out before looking for it, and a little bit of the process that I went through. Hopefully, if you're looking for this, will be useful for you. If you're looking for a health coaching program, there's a lot of different ones out there, a lot of good ones, and probably some not so good ones. So it's a good idea to do your due diligence before. It's not cheap, so you want to do that beforehand. So, all right, here's some of the things that I looked at. One was I wanted to put on by an organization or person that I knew and more importantly respected, and I was aligned with. The one I chose, Chris Kresser I've been following him for a bunch of years. I was actually a client of his for quite some time as well, and I just really respect what he's done as a practitioner and as a person out in the community. Another one, maybe the Mayo Clinic is a really large organization. They do a lot of good stuff in the world, and I know they have a very great coaching program as well. Wanted something that I could do remotely, being out in rural Missouri. I wanted to do something where I could be at my home and watch the videos and interact with people that way. And along those lines, another thing was a combination of not just recorded videos, but live sessions as well. So it's, I don't know how often an organization or programs would re-record their videos and update things. So having those live sessions is really important, where you can have time with the instructor, you can ask them questions, and you can kind of interact with people as well in the group. And as well, community was important. So being able to interact with your fellow students and fellow future coaches. We use a forum, one method, but we're also interacting through partner practices and getting together with smaller groups. So we're always seeing each other and getting to know each other a little bit better. So having that camaraderie was really important. This I kind of learned or realized a little bit later on in my search, but looking for something that was more coaching heavy in the training portion of things. It was something that I realized that I didn't know anything about. I needed more education as well as practice and mentoring. So something that was more heavy along those lines gave me a more broad view of different techniques that I could use for coaching. And with the health part of it, that was important too, but I wanted something that was a little more broad. So for instance, not just the diet aspect of it and movement, but talking about maybe sleep, stress management, mindfulness, community, things like that. Because as a whole, all those things affect our health and wellness. And I also wanted, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but something with more practice and mentoring. So our program, we do have mentor coaching sessions that we do once a week, as well as what they call teaching assistant sessions, which focus more on the health aspect of things. We always break out into small groups, practice our coaching, get feedback from not only our fellow students, but also from the mentor coaches. So just getting all that feedback, reincorporating it into my own practice, man, that was super important. So the practice, that's the way I learn best. It may not be the way you learn, but I think just doing is the way that you're going to get better. And this is something I didn't look at it as well beforehand, but something that's approved by ICWC, the International Consortium of Health and Wellness Coaches. So if you want to get that certification, just make sure that the program is approved, or they're at least looking to get approved, and ask them how they're doing that and what that process is like, and if they're close to getting approved by ICWC. Again, if it's something you're not worried about, then don't worry about it with the coaching program. So. And I guess lastly, this was kind of important to me, but it may be more important to you, was something that was talking about the business side of things. And they did that early on with us too, more so marketing. We had a lot of marketing help along the way. We had a guy that Chris has used for his marketing, not only his website, but also his social media and how to create his funnel. Because if you're going to be doing this as your business, that's probably going to be important to you. If you want to do this as an employee, that'll be less important to you. And something that I didn't look at, but I probably would have if I knew, was learning more about the law or the legality side of health coaching. And that's ever changing. I think it's probably going to be changing even more going forward. It's more specific to what we can talk about with regards to food, and it's different state by state. So even if they touch on it a little bit, it'll help you out realizing what you can and can't talk about with your clients, or at least help you point you in the right direction. So those are the main things that I talked about. I would suggest, looking at making your own list and talking to different organizations that put on these training. Talk to them once, twice, at least a couple of times. Sit on it and make sure that they're in alignment with the way you think, the way you do things as well. I think that's really important. And ask if they can talk to some students that have been through the program. If they say no, I don't know if that's a red flag or not, but see if you can find somebody out on social media, LinkedIn or Instagram or even Facebook. Maybe they've tagged their program that they've been through, and just ask them, what was your experience like? What were the good things? What were the bad things? What would you have done differently if you were to do it over again? All right. So hopefully that was helpful for you. If you are thinking about going into health coaching, I wish you all the luck. And if you do have any questions, you can feel free to ask me as well. I hope you have a great rest of your day.